In the 18th century, the Atlantic slave trade began on the West African coast, where European traders in ships or stone forts sought slaves for their American customers. For centuries, Africans had known various forms of non-racial, mostly domestic slavery. As a result, the European demand and their trade goods found African suppliers willing to capture, kidnap in war, or buy famine-starved tribespeople from rival groups in the interior. Twice as many men as women were captured, and for every captive sold for export, the term used was sold downriver, another remained behind in domestic or agricultural slavery. The captives were then marched to the coast, chained together in devices called coffles. Many died en route. On the coast they were imprisoned in open-air barracoons or in dank slave holes beneath the forts to await the ships. They also suffered the indignity of physical inspection and the pain of branding by the white traders who paid their captors in trade goods. Families were callously separated as the traders selected only the healthiest for export. On board the ships, the Africans suffered the horrors of the Middle Passage. They were tightly packed in filthy quarters between decks, poorly fed, and exercised only twice a day above decks, in good weather, and forced to sleep spoon fashion in irons. At least 15%, and sometimes as many as 40%, died from dehydration, malnutrition, and disease, particularly dysentery. Revolts and suicides were frequent. For those who survived the journey of several weeks, the dehumanizing treatment continued. Again they suffered physical poking and probing at auction, broken families, and overland marches to plantations to work the rest of their lives in bondage. Throughout the process, the Africans were treated not as human beings, but as commodities.